you have the 3 P's: the purpose, the praise, and the power. The purpose is where God has ordained you to be. The praise is your significance in God. But the power is your ability in God. We're going to talk about all 3 on tonight. But there's an issue, because God says, even though you have purpose in me, a lot of us have problem with securing that purpose. And so tonight we're going to talk about how to secure your purpose and your value in God. There's a lack of security that we're walking in. Let me see it. There's something that we have to understand as young and older people. You've had heart. God began to deal with me, and he says, a lot of you all, you have greatness within you. You've been called to great things. You have a purpose that he's called you in. There's a place that he has ordained you to be. He knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. Before you had an image, before you even existed in this earth, God knew you. He took you and he says, this is how I'm going to mold them. This is the plan that I have for them. This is the life that I want them to have. These are the advantages that I want them to have. This is what I desire for them. But even though God says there's a purpose on your life and this is what I desire, a lot of us feel like that God manipulates our destiny. Don't miss it. Paul said in Galatians the 6th chapter verse 7, do not be deceived. The word deceive means that you're unconscious of reality. There's a lot of us, young and old, we are unconscious of reality. And God says, I want you to be conscious of the reality that I do not manipulate your destiny. Come on, come on. What do you mean manipulate? It means I don't control your destiny. A lot of people feel like because they pray for things and because I'm anointed and I'm guilty and because I'm young and God favors me, that things are just going to happen. But God says you are deceived because life doesn't just happen. There's things that you're looking for and doors that you're waiting to be opened, but God says it will never open because of this point here. Look at the text. He says, do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, this is what he showed me. Watch this, watch this. Whatever a man sows, that means that in spite of what God has ordained, my life is defined by choice. Come on, come on. Y'all quiet on me tonight. And God purpose, I told you at the beginning that this is how he formed me and shaped me. This is what he desires, but it's all depending on my choice. Come on now. See, this is why Paul says, see, some of y'all are emotional and you think just because God favors you and because y'all got these little cliches that double in 2014 and the anointing is going to be greater. But God says you're still in bondage and you're still dealing with reality because the truth is that is your choice. The only way that I'm going to come out of this thing, the only way that God is truly going to bring me into the reality of what he purposed for me is through my choice. Choice. So watch this, and that's what the enemy gets you. Because we are unconscious of choice. I wish I had a church. That's how the enemy is able to attack your mind. That's why the enemy is able to attack your hormones, because you're unconscious that my choice is valuable. If I don't be conscious of what I sow, I just might sow into the wrong ground. And if I sow into the wrong ground, my life is altered by choice. Some of y'all young women don't understand that because you have been purposed by God, you have to make certain choices on who you